Hey, friends. Well, now that we are friends, I can get a little personal. I can get vulnerable. I want to tell you about a day that changed my life forever. December 5th, 2021. It's my first day of 2 years in Argentina. I walked into a room full of people, and they were excited to see me. They were shaking my hand. They were including me in their conversations. They were asking me questions. And it was amazing because I couldn't understand a word they were saying. At, at first, it was really funny. It really was. But then after a while, the novelty of it started to wear off. They stopped asking me questions. They stopped including me in their conversations. And for the first time in my life, I was in a room full of people, but I'd never felt more alone. And for those of you who, like me, have felt that way before, we understand something. We understand that being with people is not the same as being connected. And that I started noticing different things after that. It changed the way I saw the world. I started seeing the people who get the opportunity. And they're not the ones who are the smartest person in the room, who have the highest credentials or are the most talented person. They're the ones who are the most deeply connected. I mean, just think about it. Your next opportunity is not going to come from a resume online. But we're told that if we just, and I'm sure we've all felt that before, if I just work hard, if I just get that degree, if I just build that perfect resume, the doors will open for me. But it's a lie. Now, don't get me wrong, those things are important, but opportunities don't come through resumes. Opportunities come through relationships. That person reading your resume online is not going to be your next big opportunity. Your next opportunity is going to come from a person who makes an introduction, a person who recommends you, a person who opens the door for you, saying your name in a room you're not even in. Because connection is the currency of opportunity. And it really does act as a currency if you think about it. If you think about trust. When you have an interaction with somebody, you're not just talking, you're not just exchanging words. There's a transaction happening beneath that. You're either making deposits or taking out withdrawals. When you keep a promise, that's a deposit. When you do what you say you're going to do, that's a deposit. When you create value for other people, that's a deposit. But the opposite is also true. When you lie to someone, you're taking a withdrawal. When you only reach out to somebody when you need something, sorry, moms everywhere for that one, you're taking a withdrawal. And those withdrawals hurt. But those deposits over time, if you invest in those, they compound. And I didn't really know if I started to believe this when I first started seeing it, but there was an experience in my life that I was like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. Early last year, I was in North Carolina at a leadership summit. All the leaders across my organization, and we're all sitting there talking, thinking about the strategy of the organization, talking about the future, about the growth of where we're going to be. When in the middle of this meeting, one of the directors pulled me aside. And he told me, they said, Kamryn, we would love for you to speak at the B&I Global Convention in Sydney, Australia. When I heard that was amazing. My first reaction, honestly, I was a little confused. Because in that room of leaders, there were people who've been there for far longer than I have. There were people who had bigger titles, better credentials, who on paper looked like the better option. But over the last few years, I have focused on something. I have focused on providing value to as many people as possible so that when the opportunity came, they thought of me. When that problem approached, my name came to mind. Because trust really does act as a currency. With those deposits and those withdrawals, every person you have a relationship with, you have that bank account. You're either adding to it or you're taking away. And over time, those deposits and those withdrawals, they build into something. They build into your reputation. And your reputation really is your trust credit score. And just like your financial credit score determines your access to opportunities in the financial market, your trust credit score determines your access to opportunities in your network, in the people you connect with. I want you to think about the biggest opportunity in your life. That job, that partnership, that promotion. Chances are somewhere along the way, someone opened that door for you. They gave you that opportunity, not because you're the most impressive person they know, although you might be. They gave you that opportunity because they trusted you with it. Next time you walk into a room, or you sit down for that meeting, or you send that message on your phone, I want you to think, are you making a deposit in that bank account? Or are you taking withdrawal? Are you adding to your trust credit score? Because in the end, the ones who invest in trust build the richest futures. Because the economy of life, connection, is the currency of opportunity. Thank you.